Watch me paint my first miniature, Chaos Space Marines Black Legion. First, I grab my wet palette. I make sure to cover the foam fully with water, then place the wet palette paper on top and flatten it out with something to get out any air bubbles. I also place coins in the corner to prevent the paper from lifting and dry it off. Now I'm going to start by covering the mini with Vallejo Black. I already primed the mini with Chaos Black, but just in case I make a mistake and need to touch it up, I want the mini covered in this black. And now I start with the trim, Liberator Gold. I use the back of a plastic fork just to scoop out some of the paint, wet my brush, remove the excess, made sure my paint was coming out good, and got to work. Once the trim was done, I used Mournfang Brown for the belt and pouches. I don't worry so much about making any mistakes, they can be touched up later. So far so good. Then I added Rikarth Flesh for the straps. This next step I sort of messed up. I had to combine two colors, so I had a contrast paint Blood Angels Red and a layer paint Fire Dragon Bright and mix them together. I'll definitely buy a base red this week. I also added Lead Belcher to the armor and weapons. I then added some Agrax Earthshade to all the trim and the pouches just to give it a little more of a dirty, gritty look. Then I mixed in more of that orange to get a really bright red for the top knot. I gave that some shade and we're done. I plan on adding highlights and other details later. Let me know in the comments how I did and if you have any useful tips for beginners. And don't forget to like and follow.